I was unmuted. Hello, welcome back. Oh, okay, well, if you're a VOD watcher, you won't have to worry about this. But hello, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Johnny Baghead. I know, it's been a while, but I'm back. I wanted to do more streams on my personal channel again. Some casual stuff. And we're back doing PlayStation 2 stuff. But yeah, where have I been? I've just been, you know, a busy boy doing a lot of work over at the Bad Game Hall of Fame. Some behind the scenes stuff as well. I feel very bad about this. Like a couple of months ago, I was supposed to get a highlight video out. And the summer heat, like, killed my motivation to do anything on camera. Because just being on camera was like... I was so hot all the time. Like, I don't know how other people are, but when temperature gets to a certain point, I just shut down. I'm just... Like, it's almost like when you're sick and you just want to sleep all the time. Like, I'm more like that than when I'm cold even. And, you know, I feel that when I'm cold. But especially when it's hot, I'm just... All my energy is zapped from me. But it's starting to cool back down now. But, yeah, I was hosting a stream over at the Bad Game Hall of Fame yesterday, all bagged up on a Friday night. And it took a lot out of me for some reason. So we're playing it casual, playing it chill, back in my 2D form. That I've got to get used to again, because this used to be a toggle. Like, you used to hold the button, and I don't know what I've done to mess it up. I'll have to look into it. But yes, we are back with the PlayStation 2 tier list playthroughs. If you're unfamiliar with these, a while back. Okay, you know, it all started back when PlayStations were made of wood. No, so... You know, I have a love for a lot of older systems, but I think when it comes to just the sheer library, the PlayStation 2, I still think is special. Granted, I have, like, specific love for the GameCube, for having some weird stuff, the Xbox especially, because it was that, like, weird high spec for the time system, so you got a lot of more weird, kind of out there games, like people pushing tech, or all the weird Japan stuff when Microsoft was still trying to get a Japanese audience. But the PlayStation 2 library is, as the saying goes in the shell, it's vast and infinite. It's not infinite, but it is vast. And I think in a very important library, because I always argue that this is the era where most conventions of what goes into video game design was standardized in the 6th generation. So a lot of these games you can go back to, and they hold up really well. Sometimes they hold up better than a lot of stuff nowadays because of all the stuff you have to deal with monetization and business practices and costs, and installing discs and having patches that are almost the size of the game and all this shit. It's nice just to have stuff like this from a more quaint time, but also, you know, a standardized time for the era. But, you know, at one point I did a tier list where I looked at most, you know, the notable PlayStation 2 games, ranked through those. You know, that took 3 streams. But there was a lot of games I realized they were like, oh, these are renowned classics, you know, big titles for the system that I never played, never got around to, you know. Especially, you know, back in the 2000s, you're a kid, you just, whatever money you have. A lot of games I only got through rentals or only had the demo discs. So this is part of an ongoing stream project to just play through various PlayStation 2 games all the way through, check some extras depending on the kind of game it is, and then put it on my tier list at the end. If you want to check out the tier list info, type ! tier list in chat, and that will bring you to the big spreadsheet that I hope will make sense, where it's got all that info. We do have a few more games to put on there. We have specifically 2 or 3 games that I did for the Bad Game Hall of Fame to put on there, but I'm going to rank all those at the end of this playthrough. So today we are playing, and let me swap over here and unmute this. WipeOut Fusion. This was the first of the WipeOut futuristic racing games. I'm going to put down just a touch. There we go. Yes, this was the first of the WipeOut racing games to be released on the PlayStation 2. Which I think was quite a big deal at the time. Actually, you know, I'm going to touch that. There we go. I can always turn my headphones down, need be. But, you know, quite a big deal at the time. It's always interesting to think about because in my head, WipeOut was always a PlayStation exclusive series, but it wasn't. Sony weren't even the ones who owned it originally. And the first game came out on the Sega Saturn. But at some point, Psygnosis, who used to be the publisher, and some of the developers... See, it's weird. If you look up the history of Psygnosis, they became a developer when Sony brought them, but they were mostly a publisher beforehand. It's very strange. But at one point, Sony brought them, and this became a PlayStation IP. This one's weird, though, because this one is only published by Sony in Europe, whereas in North America, it's published by BAM Entertainment for some reason. But this is Studio Liverpool, and I think, I'm going to double check this, I think that's the time when Psygnosis... Yeah. Yeah, this would have been the time... Yeah, 1999. A process to consolidate Psygnosis into compute Sony Computer Entertainment went underway, resulting in the bulk of Psygnosis sales, marketing, PR staff being made redundant, and the development teams... Oh, that's sad. Reporting directly to Sony Computer Entertainment Europe. To reflect this, in 2000, the brand was dropped in favor of Sony Computer Entertainment Liverpool Studio. It's American Studio. And Midway Home Entertainment required the remaining of Psygnosis' PlayStation. And yeah, they did Formula 1, 2001. And yeah. But so yeah, so I don't know why Sony did not publish this outside of Europe. But you know, you get weird stuff like that. Oh, hey, welcome to the stream, car lover. Those F1 games were pretty good. Yeah, I hear that. I do have an F1 game on my shelf. I don't remember if it's their one or not, though. It might be an Electronic Arts one, actually. But yeah. But I remember this being, like, quite a big marquee title. This is a story I have to tell all the time, but I got the PlayStation 2 quite late. That's part of the reason I'm doing this series of playthroughs, is there's a lot of PlayStation 2 games I missed out on because I didn't get the PlayStation 2 until sometime in 2003. I haven't, unfortunately, been able to pin down when in 2003. But it was definitely 2003 is when I would have got the PlayStation 2. So a lot of games that came out before then, I missed out on or didn't really play much of until later. And WipeOut, weirdly enough, you know, for as big as it was on PlayStation 1, only really got one proper home console release on the PlayStation 2, which is this one. The rest of the games were PSP ones, and then the PS2 got a port of one of those PSP ones, and not a great port, but we'll get to that one day. But when I got into WipeOut specifically was WipeOut HD on PlayStation 3, which was one of their early titles, and one of the best early titles on the system. A great downloadable title as well. Like, and a good showcase early on for the PlayStation 3, where they didn't have those weird file size limits that downloadable games had on Xbox 360 at the time. Eventually Xbox would get rid of that, but for a while, like, games were like, they had to be like 40 megabytes or 400. I think it was around 400 actually. It depended. There was some wiggle room, but there was hard limits. But WipeOut HD was amazing, and especially the Fury expansion. The Fury expansion was essentially a sequel wrapped in DLC. Like, I have some amazing fun times of that, and thankfully, you know, you don't have a PlayStation 3 anymore. You want to play WipeOut HD and WipeOut Fury, you can get the WipeOut Omega Collection, which also includes the Vita game that was annoying to be stuck on a Vita. 2049? I might have that name wrong, but that's the way to play that now. Though unfortunately, you don't get the custom music stuff for WipeOut HD and WipeOut Fury in that version. And I feel like that was like one of the biggest selling points, especially in the zone mode, because they would do real-time like effects on the music. If you've ever played something like SSX, it's kind of like that. Anyway, we've been nattering long enough. Let's get into it. And excuse me a second. Why is it not letting me... Give me a second here. There we go. Sorry about that. I don't know why. On my my OBS isn't letting me deal with that. So this game does like to change resolution quite a bit, unfortunately. So you'll see some blacking out from time to time. I'm still using my Hyperkin upscaler, which is decent enough. It de-interlaces, which is the main thing that's good for this. But it doesn't deal with resolution changes very well. Let's just go into here. So we got thrust. Yep. It's also fascinating to me because I did not grow up with Nintendo that much. I did not know about the F-Zero games, for example, until way later. No, randomly, someone brought me one of the F-Zero games on Game Boy Advance, but I don't think I ever really got into it. So, when it comes to, like, futuristic, hovering racing, this is where I'm more familiar with. But this does feel different to F-Zero, despite the similarities in what it's doing. So, yeah, we've got the air brakes, the fire weapon. Yeah, that's about what I remember. Let's check R. Huh. Weird. Okay, so I'll mention here. Yes, this game has a widescreen mode. But here's the thing. And I don't remember if I have these filters set up still. Let me check. Not quite, no. I think that's the right crop, yeah. This is the vert method of widescreen, and what that means is it just takes a 4:3 image, cuts off a bit on the top and the bottom, you know, and moves the UI elements down. But it just means that you can't see as much. You lose like FOV on the top and the bottom of the screen. So I would not recommend using the widescreen mode for this. So we'll leave that there. You know, I'm just going to make a save file now. Oh, that's a weird way to handle that. I'm using my unofficial memory card that has more memory on it, so sometimes it takes a bit longer to get an initial save on there. Luckily, it's not broken it. Some games straight up do not like if you use that memory card. 007 Agent Under Fire, for example, if you use that memory card, it works, but while it's like saving and loading, it like constantly freezes. So it like makes the game stutter while it's doing it. So it just takes like 5 times longer. And that's probably why this is taking a bit longer. But once the save file's created, it should be fine. I do have other official memory cards. Wait, did that work? We'll try once more, and then we'll see. Maybe because I haven't started a career in this. I've only messed with... There we go. Save completed. So I've only messed with this game a little bit. I picked it up in a eBay lot of games at a random point. And, you know, I just test stuff to work. But we're playing the NTSC version here just so we get the proper aspect ratio, proper frame rate, everything like that. But I'm guessing that the main mode here is going to be the AQ League, if that's what that letter is. This does remind me, though, that something I lament about where gaming has gone is main menu design has gotten standardized in the wrong way. It's gone so minimalist and standardized where it's very basic. It's just text. Like, I get maybe for accessibility it's better, but you don't get this kind of stylish stuff anymore. Like, you see all the stuff, the text in the background, or the thing I think of is games where the menus are, like, interactive. You know, like, they do interesting things with it. Like, you know, when you pick an option, you're, like, moving around a 3D space. You know, it's just a camera panning. But it's something different. Alright, so we've got... Okay, probably can't pick that one, I'm assuming, because it's invisible. Visor. Excellent lateral stability. Engineering. Make these the ideal ships for the unseasoned pilots. Average shield capacity. The Van Uber. Low mass frames give the Van Uber ships great acceleration. Powerful Cyrus 4 weapon systems are employed. Poor shield technology. G-Tech. G-Tech ships demonstrate good all-round engine, weapon, and shield performance. Poor acceleration, piloted by semi-skilled only. Oricom. Good weapon and shield technology make these ships excellent for combat pilots. Challenging to maneuver due to high density frame. We'll stick with Pfizer for now, and I do recognize some of these brands. Oh my, look at the forehead on this guy. Oh, okay. Well, we'll stick with this guy. I'm not used to this. At least what I know of the PlayStation 1 Wipeout games, I didn't remember there being specific pilots. Oh, okay. I can only play as massive forehead guy right now. Okay. But yeah, you definitely see this with PlayStation 2 games kind of before a certain year, that some of them change resolution like constantly, like from menus to gameplay. Okay. So one thing I do have to figure out about this game is how analog is this input. Oh, this is funny as well, because I'm probably going to recognize a bunch of these courses from Wipeout HD. No, this one's weird. I recognize bits of it, but I did not recognize that dirt part. Also, you know, I think some of these courses would have been in the PS1 games. Those I pretty much just had demos of, though. One thing I might have to check. Yeah, ditch. Oh, what happened there? I might have to see if a PlayStation 1 controller works, because one thing that has been rough going back to PlayStation 2 games is if they use analog, they use the analog face buttons for acceleration and shit like that. Especially with my issues I have in my hands these days. Oh, I'm not using air brakes. Oh yeah, when you get really into these and you use the air brakes properly, you can really zip around, take some weird corners. All right, race money awarded. Let me test that now, because I do have my DualShock 1 controller right with me here. Oh, hell yeah, we're in the Hall of Fame. Okay, all lowercase. There we go, let's get my name in here. Oh, that is a terrible looking G. Like, that's almost indistinguishable from the Q. Alright, let's swap controllers here. Oh. I've got to fix that. I've got my monitors on monitor arms, and one of my monitor arms is like real squeaky now. I've got to like lubricate it or something. Okay, let's see. Please work. Please let me use this controller. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the font. Yeah, Pro Striker Knight 2 chat says the font in this game. Confuser type. Yeah, that's the thing. I moan about like the games standardizing menus and fonts and stuff. The way I like it is how, funny enough, Doom plus Doom 2, like the current package remaster of the original Doom games that Night Dive fixed up, lets you swap between like stylized font and modern like font, which I think is the way to handle it. Like, use the standardized, but give people the option. Okay, one thing I haven't figured out yet is if this has the trick system, where you could burn energy by doing tricks, but it would earn you a boost. Oh, well, that was bad. Now, I don't know if this game uses... Oh. Okay. Can't restart. Oh, this track has, like, multiple routes through it. Interesting, okay. Oh, it's fun. It's fun playing a WipeOut again. I need to mess around with... Yeah. The fuck? Is it gonna make me put my name in again? For the Hall of Fame. Oh, Pro Striker Knight 2 chat mentions Redout got very inspired by WipeOut, and this track approved of that. Yeah, I hear a decent thing about Redout. The other futuristic racing series I like from this era of this style, it was on PlayStation 1, but there was Roll Cage. There's 2 Roll Cage games, and then there was the Power Only. This was a really late PlayStation 1 game. I think this was 2002. Is the Firebugs. And the difference with that is it's these kind of tracks, but your vehicles have wheels, but they're set up like those RC cars that can flip upside down. So, and you can drive on walls and ceilings. So, it's like similar to this. You know, hence why, you know, the first one's called the Roll Cage. Okay, so for the second number, okay, that's the shield. That's your, like, health. Oh, now this music, I don't know why, it reminds me of, like, Time Splitters 1 or Time Splitters 2. The only thing I can't see is if you can absorb power-ups to heal, which is what you could do in WipeOut HD. There we go, now I'm getting used to the air brake. A lot of races on the track. I think like more than WipeOut HD actually had. Oh yeah, I remember those things. Okay, so the air brakes, I think, work a bit different here, because I think they slow you down more than they do in WipeOut HD. Oh, oh, that's fucked. Okay. Yeah, fuck you. Get out the way! Ah, unlucky. I wonder if this is built more around, you know, racing, doing the leagues, getting your upgrades. So you don't necessarily have to win at first. You need to kind of grind a bit. Like, not quite Gran Turismo style, because even though you can earn money and level up from that, they do really want you winning. Oh. Yeah, I don't like the acceleration on this, though. Oh, jeez. My shield's already at critical? Jeez, this is going bad. You know, I'm not putting my name in anymore. I'm not writing that out every time. I might just start putting bag in. Okay. So I don't know how I pick him. What can we afford right now? Brake force. Yeah, that's not worth it yet. Okay. Let's try that again. Should have a bit more of a handle on it. It is weird having the familiarity with a later game in the series. That is the basis for what the games would play like after this. Because this feels different. This is I'm going to talk about it, though, just because it's an interesting aspect of going back to this generation of games. I feel like most audiences, and even in like the critical, you know, like Game Impress, game reviews, that kind of space, there wasn't that much emphasis or interest put into game performance. Like, it was very rare back then. I would read reviews, for example, that would ever bring up like, oh yeah, this game has really spotty performance or anything like that. It just wasn't really the priority. I think just because, you know, the 5th generation, the first foray into 3D, games just did not run well. It was very rare to play a game in full 3D that ran at a locked frame rate. And if it did, it was, you know, we're talking like somewhere between like 15 and 20 frames per second at the most. Nothing to write home about, you know. But the PlayStation 2 was such a massive leap, and obviously the 6th generation in general, that we went from games with spotty frame rates to a lot of games targeting and running at 60 frames per second, and this is one of them. And it's a shame, actually, because we started off the PlayStation 2 generation with a lot of games targeting 60 FPS. Even weird ones like Fatal Frame 1 runs at 60 FPS. And I'm not, and you know, I think for some games it's fine. Oh, we're running out of break. I'll finish my point in a bit. If you, I don't mind if you're using ad block, by the way. Just do what you want. As long as you're showing up, you're enjoying the content, it's all good, fam. I set that up recently, so I have a chat announcement saying when ads are running. Okay. 2nd, there we go. We're doing way better now. But, you know, early on, games would target 60. And then I think somewhere around like 2002 to 2003, where devs got more into just like the visuals, that's when games were like, yeah, we're not really targeting frame rate anymore. And then you get to like most racing games that weren't this or Grand Theft Auto, sorry, Gran Turismo, were not targeting 60. They weren't, most of the time, they weren't even targeting 30. Especially multi-platform stuff like Need for Speed, great games. Like most those games on PlayStation 2 don't even hit 30 frames per second most of the time. And then you know, the far end of that, you get stuff like Shadow of the Colossus, which is just, it runs. It does like motion blur stuff to kind of help with the frame rate. Though I will say, having played it, I don't think that frame rate is as bad as some people remember it. It definitely depends on if you run it in like widescreen or not, or progressive scan. I think that affects the frame rate more than anything else. So yeah, you know what? I don't think any of these tracks are in WipeOut HD or WipeOut Fury. But it's interesting because I do recognize bits of them. So maybe like they were updated versions, or maybe just I've played some version of these tracks somewhere else. Nice. I don't like that hitting other, you know, if there's a racer in front of you that's slowed down. I don't like that hitting them like kills your speed and momentum. Like, yeah, I used the turbo there. I hit that guy, and then it just really fucked me up. I might have to mess with WipeOut HD again, but I remember it being a little bit more generous with the collision speed penalty stuff. But yeah, it's fun to go back to like parts of this 6th generation when most games actually were more into going for 60 FPS and this really smooth gameplay. And, you know, there were some racing games that were more focused on that. God, the first place is like really in first place. Oh, there they are. Trying to think if I should keep this, you know. Yeah, that's better. Oh, bollocks. Oh! Oh no. If I just... I'm not sure what that power-up is. It's some sort of mine. Like, tripwire. This is annoying. I have to fucking put my name in every time. Like, it can't keep that in memory. Put it in the save file. I'm getting the handle of this, though. I assume I'm probably going to have to get podium in the league to unlock the next one, but we'll be able to get some upgrades at least. But I want to talk, you know, the performance, the frame rate stuff. The reason why I would talk about it is because I think this current console generation is showing the most of just like, we're really plateauing on graphics, and the things that hold up more than anything else is stylized. Like, yeah, you can look at some elements of this and go like, okay, if you were running this in 1080p, some of the textures would look a little rough, and maybe some of the modeling. Though I think the modeling's honestly fine, and I think that's because the art style gels so well with it. And I watched a video about this a while ago, about how when games used to be, like, game maps used to use BSPs, and that was like a more angular way to do environments. Specifically like Halo's, a lot of like Halo 1's aesthetic is built around using BSPs. And that actually going away from that has in some ways hurt games, because it's kind of, you know, it's the whole thing of, you know, art born from the limitations, and sometimes having no limitations is worse, because you don't have anything to kind of ground you. Like, your ambition can kind of get away from you. You know, the whole, you know, too busy thinking about could to not think about should. Oh, there we go. I've really got to try and do one of the barrel roll moves next time there's a jump. I do have the manual, so if I really needed to. I can look and see. Oh, that didn't count. Also, you can call this a fun roll into the Bad Game Hall of Fame stream tonight, where they're getting back to kart races. Because someone might argue stuff like Wipeout. Oh no, I got wrecked real badly in there. Is a kart like it does have all the components. You know, it's got the power-ups. It's just, you know, it's got more grounded racing in it. You know, I'll ask them. I'll get those folks to bring that up tonight. Okay. Well, that ended poorly, but we got a lot more money. I don't know how you unlock this guy here. Okay, let's see. Okay, we'll just get thrust for now. And brake force. There we go. Okay, I think we're limited in the upgrades though. Looking at it, I'm guessing the driver limits what upgrades you can get. So I think I can't max everything out. It's an interesting progression though. It's very different from what WipeOut HD, Fury, and 2049 used. I need to mess around with 2049 more. But I don't know if they changed anything in the Omega collection or something, but I was having a really hard time with it. Like, it was like a way harder game, and it wasn't like there was this upgrade system. So there wasn't anything I could do to improve the ships. And I wasn't playing on like a hard mode, I'm pretty sure. But I definitely want to play more of it in the Omega collection, because it's a interesting take where it's like set in an earlier version of the league. So the tracks are not as futuristic. Oh, I think he had a shield up. Oh, nice. This bit's cool, but it's real hard to see where you're going with all the dust clouds that get kicked up. I'll have to try and find it. Unfortunately, I don't have my PlayStation 2 magazines anymore, which I don't think I would have got rid of them, but I don't have them. Man, actually placing well in these races is not easy. I really think the fatal flaw for me... Oh, that's... Man, the AI placed that in like the best possible spot. It's the, it's that if you hit an opponent and then they slow down in front of you and you run into them, then you've not really gotten any benefit from it. You know, we're gonna try that again. Don't know why it kicked me all the way to the main menu though. At least it loads quick. Full disclosure, I'm playing this digital backup so I can use the NTSC version, but that does mean we do get improved load times because it's running directly off a hard drive. No, that's not always a good thing, because for some games that messes with performance because it can't stream. You know, the system can't load the content in as fast as the hard drive loads it. But this game seems to be dealing fine with it. Oh. There we go. But yeah, I remember there being, and I think it was either for this game or it was for one of the PSP Wipeout games. But there was a magazine ad. It was like a double-page ad where it was like a fictional anti-Wipeout racing league where they were complaining about the racing league. But it was like, oh, you know, it's this like non-polluting, you know, it doesn't use fuel, you know, it doesn't use tires, it's better for the environment. They're building these wacky-looking courses in our areas. We're against it though. It was cute. We had like a fun Photoshop, I think, of like a London-looking city. It might not be in London, but like similar style, like mocked up if it had one of these tracks in it. You know, it's like, oh, ban this sick filth. It was cute. I try and find those like print ads to use as posters in my background, but unfortunately a lot of them are like double spreads or just no one scanned them maybe. I might have to see if there's like a good resource. I'm always looking for like weird posters to put in my background. Also, I'm trying to figure out if that path on the right there is a pit lane or not. Why does it not remember your name? Is it because it hasn't, like, saved it in memory or something? Alright, let's see if we can get third place at least. Also, we have to talk about it. Fuck Sony for shutting down Studio Liverpool. You know, like, as cool as it was that they did release the Wipeout Mega Collection, they did it after closing down the fucking studio that made it. Like, made all the games, were responsible for all these. Yeah, Robin is racing. Yeah, oh god. Oh yeah, I don't think you can do mid-air tricks in this one, or at least if you can, it's not in this mode. Oh. Oh, that was close. I almost hit the trip mine. I don't know what power-up that is, because I don't seem to have ever picked it up. Unfortunately, I wish you could do what you could do in WipeOut HD, where you could absorb power-ups to heal. Maybe I should be using the pit lanes. But I don't know if all the tracks have pit lanes. There we go. I guess they do. That's weird to think about, because the ones I've played do not have that mechanic at all. Okay, I guess the Grav Stinner is the one. That's the one that puts the trap down. Oh, okay, we're getting into this now. Ah, still only third. I'll take it though. Let's get the name in. Oh, nice. So theoretically, if I can knock that top place not far enough down in the next race, then I could get first. They would just have to be like real, you know, they would have to bail out or something. So yeah, it's interesting. It's like a more realistic take on league racing. That it's more about your league, like they're all based around league points, so you don't necessarily have to be placing first in every race, which is more the, you know, the Gran Turismo style. We will get to those soon. Actually update on this, and you might notice if you saw my stream at the Bad Game Hall of Fame yesterday, that a certain mask that I was teasing for a long time is ready. Though I do want to improve it a little bit at some point. But it's, you know, it's ready enough. But I might start thinking about doing those racing wheel streams soon. Granted, I know doing the Gran Turismo games, those are going to be long playthroughs. Oh, okay. You got to be real careful there. Oh, get the fuck out of the way. Yeah, it's funny. Like, these are different tracks, but I'm definitely noticing little bits of them. I might have to look at WipeOut HD again and see if, like, these are supposed to be, like, the tracks, like, earlier versions of them, maybe? Or, like, maybe they're set in the same location or something. Oh, God. Gee, why is it always this race that I fucking crash out on? Well, got a lot of money, so I definitely want that, and we'll go for that. I didn't expect to be stuck on this first league for like this long. Probably about half an hour. There was quite a long intro getting into the game. But I guess in theory, you do this long enough, you would earn enough money to fully upgrade. But I do love a lot, like, the logo brand design stuff they come up with for these WipeOut games. It is a really cool aesthetic. It's a shame that, you know, Sony shutting the studio down, only doing that Omega collection. Like, yeah, it maybe doesn't have to be a full budget thing. Like, maybe keep it in a similar scale to WipeOut HD. But I wish Sony would do something more with WipeOut. Like, it's just this IP that you're just not leveraging at all. Okay. The upgrades has helped a little bit, I think. I think the lateral power was useful a little bit. I'm gonna try and ditch that. Yeah, I don't know why there's Capo over the game. I don't know what that is, if that's a real brand or not. Oh, the turbo's weird in this. It's just like, it's not even a acceleration. It's just like a giant push forward. Oh, I keep hitting that. Again, no. That is genuinely my least favorite thing. Oh, this is annoying. Such a minor thing, but you'd think they'd fix it. I'm just gonna keep going. At least get used to these races. Don't worry if the screen goes black. That's just, again, this game changes resolution a lot and my upscaler doesn't handle it. I think next month I'm going to get the RetroTing 5X. I've specifically been saving streaming income for it. And I've had so many little nagging issues with these upscalers and things like that. Either just the upscalers having issues or capture cards not recognizing them. And it's a shame because the same brand, exact same model upscaler, well, it must not have been the same model, but it used to be better. And then I think like some sort of power surge thing fucked it up, where it still works, but not in a capture card, and when I'm using it, it got incredibly hot. So I'm like, yeah, I probably shouldn't use this anymore. So I brought a replacement, and the replacement doesn't work on with PAL stuff anymore. It like cuts the image off. It doesn't know how to like, granted with PAL stuff, it was already not displaying properly, but you could still see the game mostly. Now it just, you only see like the top half of the image, and it's like old TV scanning where you had to like mess with the tracking. It's the strangest thing. Also, those grenades just went completely the wrong way. Okay, we're doing good. Good enough that I probably should have just restarted that last track. You have to be really careful when you're taking out racers with weapons. Yes! Oh! No! Did you see that guy to the right of me right at the final second? Oh my god, let's look at the time difference here. Oh, is it not going to show it? I think that would have been less than 0.1 seconds. Okay, at least I got a lot of league points from it. In theory, if I could get first place in this final race, which is probably not going to happen because I've been destroyed every single time I've tried it. But if in theory I could first place this one, I could win this league and actually move on. That being like said, like I am really enjoying this because they're, you know, the races are quick. Oh, I like this track. I might check out like the playlist stuff in a second, see how that all works. Oh, there you go. That's the air brake stuff where it looks cool. When you can like, you essentially can drift. If you do it right, you can like take corners without losing speed. Okay. Well, I don't have to use... Oh, perfect lap. Hell yeah. I forgot about that mechanic. Yeah, perfect lap is if you get through a lap without hitting any of the walls. Oh, that was a good time to shield. God, I'm only in 4th place still. Oh, oh, you gotta be real careful there. Here's... Okay, this is a random thought, but I was thinking again about how someone could argue this is a kart racer. Is that if the Bad Game Hall of Fame were to include this in the Cursed Kart Racer series, it'd just be, oh, we're just going to play a bunch of good games. Like, that's all it would be. Oh, there we go. Oh, I pressed the wrong button there. You know, I'll save the missile. I can't believe it. I'm actually in first. Also, I realized there was a split path there. I should have checked it out. There we go. Hey! Look at that. Oh, and that guy was about to fucking steal my win again. Also, look how much more credits you get. Yeah, we're saving that. Oh, look at some of these names. Jean Schloldecker. Hell yeah! Oh, wow. Oh, the Quake, yeah! Oh, these powers are coming up back to me. New league unlocked. Oh, yeah. And look, see, there's one medal there. So I just want to check something quickly. So what is challenge exactly? Okay, we'll get back to that. Oh, okay, you could just customize. I am gonna say though, I don't think this game auto saves. I think you have to go into here. Yeah, see, it didn't save anything. Let's see, how long is this? There you go. Let's see. So yeah, so if I go to load. Yeah. Arcade League Challenge. So yeah, for the purposes of ranking, I'll have to check out all the modes at some point. I'm guessing... It's interesting, like the progression is kind of closer to like a Gran Turismo, having like the league mode and the arcade mode. At least here you do get to check out the tracks. Alright. I assume... Yeah, you have to unlock that one. I'll stick with Pfizer though. Okay. Definitely top speed. And we'll leave that now. Just because there's been too many times that, you know, I'm going in a straight line near the finish line and someone's catching up with me. Oh, okay. So yeah, so God, it's so different. It's interesting how different this game is from some of the other ones. You know, having course like venues having multiple courses is definitely different from the Wipeout I'm familiar with. But yeah, for the purposes of the tier list thing I do, I don't just do fastest to credits. I do, you know, beating the game is the main component, but I will check out other modes to get a fuller picture, because, you know, I'm cherry picking to an extent what games I'm ranking. Maybe at a certain point in time, like in the future, I might start saying, hey, are there any games that I don't have listed do you think I should play and would rank? Oh, okay, this is a harder course already, okay. We have to get more into air braking now. This is a cool one though, this like jungly area. Oh, that was bad. I might have to pit already. God, this is... Even the track design is like a bit different to what WipeOut HD did. Okay, yeah, so we've definitely got some... I'm surprised those like spike strips are so hard to avoid. Oh, there's a Quake power-up. Shit. Yeah, so we've unlocked it, but we've unlocked it for everyone. I think that is the main thing that different, you know, outside of just it does have different handling and speed. The main thing that's different from this over like a, oh, I really should have pit laned. Okay. I want to check the controls again. See if there was a brake button. No. You know, I'll have to do change view and see what that does. Like maybe if you press both air brakes at the same time, you slow down. I'm curious if there's a cockpit view or something. I think the only one of these that maybe did a cockpit view might have been the weird VR demo thing they made. I don't think it's a full game. I think it's just like a 1 or 2 tracks you can do. Oh! Not quite cockpit view. Granted, I think for Wipeout, with the air brake stuff, you really want to be able to see your ship. Oh, I shouldn't... Oh! Holy shit! Yeah, if you just want to slow down in general, it's using both air brakes. But this is already like a huge step up in terms of track difficulty. Also, I feel like the air brake slows you down a lot more. Like just doing it one air brake. If you hold it, you kind of tap it more in this game, I think. Oh, I did it again. Oh. Try and remember, I think maybe in the future one of the WipeOut games added like strafe moves where you could move with like left and right without steering. Okay, I probably could have pit laned, but we'll see. I will say it's very noticeable in this game when the ships swap to low-level detail models. And granted, maybe that's the way I'm playing this. You know, it's the funny thing to remember. Like, even though these systems were capable of outputting 4 ATI interlaced, and in some cases, you know, progressive scan. The vast majority of people would have been playing these games on a CRT with composite output, you know, which is... Oh, wait, I'm in first place. How did I do that? Hey, I'll take it. But, you know, playing on composite cable, 240i image. Like, maybe some people on S-Video, but S-Video doesn't give you higher resolution. It does improve image quality, but I don't think it changes the resolution output. So most people would not be seeing these games in this visual quality that I stream at. You know, I'm outputting at 480, upscale to 720 with, you know, de-interlacing for games that don't have progressive scan modes. Granted, when I can get into the retro tint stuff, that's definitely when you're going to see a even bigger leap, because there you can upscale to 1080 higher potentially. I don't think I'm going to go for the more up-to-date retro tint, the ones that can go to like 4K, because I can't stream an output at 4K anyway. I don't even have any 4K monitors, so what'll be the point? And, you know, I'm using it for retro systems anyway. So at a certain point, I think you're capping out on what you can really do for the image quality. Oh. I think this game, like, also does the thing where it will change. It might have dynamic resolution stuff, which is, you see that more common these days. But a couple of PlayStation 2 games would do it, where they would sometimes drop like horizontal or vertical lines to keep performance up. And I think during that like starting grid animation, it was doing that. Oh god, oh! Okay, so is it? Yeah, it's this course reversed. It kind of depends on the racing game, but I think just because of WipeOut's like anti-gravity stuff, their courses are... Doing anti-gravity stuff and then reversing the courses is interesting, because you do see very different layouts because of it. You know, like, oh, where this would be a vast drop, it's now like an uphill climb kind of thing. Oh, oh, that part is yes, rough. Okay, I am learning slowly how this game wants to be played. Oh, oh. Okay, yeah, that's probably the best time to turbo. Oh no. Oh shit. Oh, I was very lucky there. It was the other attacks that got me first place there. Yeah, like, why can't it just keep your name you inputted in memory? It's because this game doesn't autosave. And I don't think it has an option for autosaves. Unless it didn't enable autosave because I didn't have a memory card in at the start, but I didn't see any option to enable autosave. For 2002, no autosave is very strange. Like, granted, I thought this was an earlier PlayStation 2 title. I thought this was like launch year. Yeah, I definitely think this game changes resolution at times to keep the... Like, it's weird. There's different output resolutions and then there's internal resolution stuff. So you're still seeing like a 480 image, but what's, you know, horizontal or vertical lines are doubled up. I think the main thing looking at this visually that is maybe aged is lack of anti-aliasing. Oh wow, that turbo just got eaten up completely. Oh, I probably could have pitted. We'll pit for the final lap, I think. Oh, I should mention, so with the PlayStation 2 games I plan to tier, I was doing a lot of them by random selection via a big wheel spin program I use. But I just wanted to do some host picks. There were some specific games I was in the mood for doing. Oh yeah, I'm definitely hitting the pits. There we go. Oh, I like this song. I could do custom soundtrack stuff. Definitely pendulum music fits well with this kind of game. Might do some Mad Capsule Market stuff though. Oh, I just got comboed. Here's the thing though, I placed first in the last 2 races, so maybe if I just get a decent placement here... Holy shit, I keep accidentally getting first place. I think my upgrades are maybe what helped me there, like especially the top speed one. Because it lets me catch up a lot better now. Look at that, I got first place on every race there. New weapon unlocked. New league unlocked. New challenge. Okay. Well, now I have to go back and save. Like, look, there's no auto-save option. I'm gonna say this menu music is not great. It feels like music you'd have in a weird Tony Hawk's Pro Skater knockoff. Let's see, what's our progress say? We're at 11%. Unlocked 12% of the features. What's in the gallery? Oh look, we've even unlocked some concept art. We'll check that out later. Oh, yeah, let's get back to customizing. Okay. I think I'm gonna go for... Oh, you can even unupgrade if you want. There we go. Weapon power. I really don't know what lateral stability does. Screw it, we'll get lateral stability. Hey, ship upgraded. I was wondering if they were going to do this mechanic. Yeah, have the, like, different ship styles as you improve them. Look at this guy. Hell yeah. Franco Gonzalez. Are you willing to take the Franco Gonzalez challenge, chat? Is my adfin synced up? Unfortunately, I can't. Okay. Okay, that was an old one. Alright. Well, yeah, we gotta do the Franco Gonzalez challenge. Wow, that changed resolution during a load screen. I wonder what it's doing exactly. Like, why some games when they change out, like, there's output resolution versus internal resolution. You know, I should figure out if there's any like timing bonus to, like, the start of the race. Wow, why do you just suddenly get way faster than me? Oh, nice. Okay, so that's a specific challenge course. Okay, so there is more courses than just the ones they say. Hell yeah! Oh, I do like him. New challenge unlocked. There we go, so we got these ones. Good weapon and shield technology make these excellent for combat pilots. That's kind of the problem, though, with going in, obviously, is you would have to earn back credits up. I guess that's the replay value in this, is upgrading all the ship types. EGR. I'm really curious how you unlock the other pilots, though. But there, I think that lets you see the pre-upgraded version of the ship as well. But if you look, like, he has higher potential upgrade power than this guy. Okay, only Oceanus League. Yeah, I'll have to try and find someone who knows a bit more about how the PlayStation 2 works. The thing is, my my Blackmagic source on OBS is set so that it will update in real time to resolution changes. As long as it's going into the same input. So if, you know, if there's a HDI image and it goes from 1080 to 720, it will adjust. But I don't think it's even that, because it's also my upscaler that is, like, losing the signal. Though funny enough, sometimes the capture card, like, picks up the resolution change quicker than my upscaler does. But I know even on using a RetroTink that is still an issue. Friend of the show, PS2 or Die Joe, I think like a month ago did a playthrough of Vex and wasn't able to enable the progressive scan mode specifically because, so the way it would work when you know, games from this era would have multiple resolution modes. is they would do this thing where they go like, oh, you can enable this or test this output. And it will be like, hey, we're going to swap resolution. If this works, press this button. You know, a screen will come up. It will say like, yeah, you press this button to confirm it works so you don't lock yourself into an output you can't see. The problem is if you're using a capture card or an upscaler and it has that lag to update the image because your output's changed, it sometimes takes too long to update. So what you have to sometimes do is watch your OBS window or look up like what the confirm button is and press it even though your output is like black. There's a black screen. Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of the time I'm catching up places. It's because I seem to accelerate out of being damaged. Oh shit. No! Okay. That was right at the start of the league, so let's just cancel. I don't like that it kicks you to the menu though. Maybe I need to cycle through. Maybe there's a restart league option. Again, it's quick enough, but it's still just like, why? Oh yeah, this screen is definitely messing with the output resolution. I think some of the bopping is also because of the deinterlacing. Like maybe it's having trouble deinterlacing while it's like messing with the resolution. Okay, yeah, it was this first race. I do miss that we can't do the stunts to gain extra boost. It's a fun mechanic. I guess with the slightly more sim-cade style this has with the pit lanes, you know, you can't absorb hiccups to heal. You only have the pit lanes. Oh, I got the Quake power up. There we go. It is weird though that the suite of power-ups you unlock as you do the league. Like imagine you played a Mario Kart game and stuff like the blue shell was something you unlocked once you got enough like gold cups or something. You know what? I'd rather be healed. What the fuck? I got knocked out of bounds. Now that's anti-grav racing. I'm curious if this league mode is going to have any like variant stuff that some of the later wipeouts had, like the eliminator mode or the combat mode. Though I think the combat mode was specifically added in WipeOut Fury. That one's interesting because you had a button, a 180 turn button, so you could just like turn around, like, you know, if you were in first place, you could like, fuck it, I'm just gonna turn around and fight some people behind me. Oh, good thing I did the pit lane. There we go. I'm getting the groove of this now. We're getting into this. God, every time. Imagine you put in a name that was using like all space. Ah, excuse me. Had to have a drink of water there. Okay. Hang on a sec. I want to adjust something. Let me put that around there. Okay. Also, I'm realizing... I wonder if I can trim this better. Let's see. There we go. There we go. There was a little bit of black bars on the screen, plus a couple of pixels on the right were being trimmed. That should look a lot better now. Alright, well, we could talk about this now. So I mentioned a little bit from the top, and I've talked about this on Blue Sky. By the way, if you ever want to see actual posts from me, not just when I'm going live posts, you need to follow me on Blue Sky. I only do stream announcement posts on Twitter now, pretty much. But I did talk about on Blue Sky that, you know, with the stuff I do in the Bad Game Hall of Fame and how my schedule stuff's changed, that I did want to move doing streams on this channel to being earlier in the day. It's, you know, very different from my previous output. That was this, like, later, kind of closer to, like, East Coast US times. Just with the other stuff I'm doing, it turned out it's kind of a bit untenable, and especially being tired and the physical things for that. So yeah, the thing I want to try and work towards is doing streams earlier. Because, yeah, a minute I have been slacking on stuff. I was really hoping the Quake there would destroy the strip. You know, it's... Especially these streams have gotten to the point where... I'm not even streaming like once a week some weeks, and I want to change that. So the thing I'm thinking of is trying to focus more on doing stuff earlier in the day. So I'll be open about this. A big thing was because I was planning a lot of my streams around making sure I'd eaten dinner, and with my disability I need some amount of help with that. You know, like outside of specific points in time where we've brought stuff ahead of time. You know, I'm need someone to prepare food for me and help me with that kind of stuff, right? Oh, we're definitely going to need a pit this lap. Well, some of those pit lane turns are real sharp, I'll say. I'm just bopping to the music now. But yeah, so the plan I want to do is to focus more on getting stream, because I wake up late anyway, because I operate on, like, late from my time zone. I operate on this like East Coast US time zone, which yeah is a bit weird for being in the UK, but it works for me. But I am the eventual plan. Hold on, I'll talk about it more in a sec, so I just realised we're in an ad break. It's weird, I struggled so much those first couple of attempts, and now I'm just getting first place almost all the time. Outside of that attempt where I got destroyed there. It's like as soon as I got 1 or 2 upgrades, it just changed everything. Oh, interesting. Look, I think you get more points for eliminations than just your positions now. Ah, okay. I have to pay attention to that. I didn't realize that. You get extra league points. So even if you don't place first, if you're taking out races, you're getting points from that. But yeah, the plan I want to swap over to, especially because I have so many games that I've been wanting to get to. You know, like I have over 100 PlayStation 2 games I want to get to. I have tons of Metroidvanias, you know, more of the Castlevania stuff to do. Oh, that's a... Okay, that's a turn. Oh, shit. That lock-on is, questionable. Oh, no, I hate... Okay. Again, it's weird. This game is like It's like it's trying to be a simulation of what this would be like if this was a real racing league. It's kind of fascinating. But I think that's why it does the hard stop if you bump into someone in front of you. Okay, this is definitely a more difficult track, especially with the split paths. Gives you like way less opportunities to take out other racers. Or that turn as well. Okay, I'll take it. Oh. Okay, if I'm lucky, I'll still have won the league. We'll see. Let's look, and then I'll... But yeah, so that's the thing I want to look into doing more, is to doing more early streams. You know, get up, get my breakfast, coffee in, and then get sorted. Obviously, you know, do stuff on camera more often. It's just, like I said, for some reason Friday took a lot out of me. Also, I think I need to talk to my GP. I had to get different medication for a month because my normal brand, none of the local pharmacies had any. And for some reason, they're just giving me this replacement one still, even though I've not been asking for it. And I don't think it works as well. There, look at that. Even with that low position there, we sweep that league. So I need to talk to them. But again, that's the problem with operating on East Coast US hours when you're in the UK, is that you're usually not awake when people are getting shit done. I was wondering about these. There are so many power-ups that I'm unlocking that I'm like, oh, well, these are like main stable ones. And I'm only unlocking them now. New league. Okay, well, before we do that. Okay. We'll get Brake Force, because it's cheap. And I'm assuming Thrust is acceleration. I'm going to go for top speed first, because I feel like where I'm potentially losing is on straights, where I'm being caught up with. So we'll do that, and then we'll save again. I'm also going to just double check all the option menus and see if there is a auto-save option anywhere in the menus. This reminds me, by the way, when I got my PlayStation 2 back in 2003, I did not have a memory card for like a couple of months. Also, I don't remember all the games I got, but I'm pretty sure the first game I had, and this is funny when you think about it, but the first game I had was Time Crisis 2 with Dolby Digital Intro. Just the intro? I'm always curious to test out, because I know, you know, a bunch of games have Dolby support, but I don't know how. I don't think I have a way to output Dolby on stream. I think it only comes through a stereo, so it'll be pointless for the stream. Okay, yes, definitely no. Oh, interesting. You could just turn these. I wonder if these get turned off for certain modes, though. I wonder if they're still on in the league. Oh, here we go. God, that's such a weird way to handle it. Okay, how many characters do we have? Let's do the full. There's times where I wonder if I should take out the H. The weird silent H that is in Johnny. Because I know for some ESL, English second language speakers, silent H's don't make sense to them. And in fact, I've seen some people think John is spelled J-O-N-H. No, J-H-O-N, because they think it's Jehon. Which honestly makes more sense than J-O-H-N. It's just, I've been using this for a few years now. Yeah, we'll go with Johnny Bags. Again, such a strange way to handle it. Okay, let's just save it. Hopefully that saves. Oh, look at that. I'm a junior cadet. Also, I should have checked. I might go up in a sec, because I might need a toilet break, but I'm going to go pick up the box in the manual. Because I doubt it, but I'd be curious if this game is one of the ones that maybe has, like, secret wheel support or something. The Techius League. I would say it's annoying that you only get those, like, track descriptions in the arcade mode. But we'll definitely, outside of just doing the league, we'll check out arcade mode, challenge mode. I'll have to, at some point, call a mulligan on, like, how much of those modes we're going to do. I'll definitely finish this league mode, though. Oh, yep, there is a boost start. Okay. It's funny that I've been winning the races without even using it, but at least I know about it now. Oh, okay, it's this track backwards. See, this is why it's always the fun thing about WipeOut tracks and their, like, reverse layouts, is it creates new paths because the jumps get changed. Oh, that was a pain. Just a fuck you drive-by there at the end. Oh, this is such a curvy track, though. Oh, every time. It's weird. I don't see that coming up. For some reason. It's either because it's too dark, or... Like, I think this game... Yeah. Oh, weird. You could just skip race. Why would you do that? Like, could you win a league with just 2 victories? But yeah, I definitely think... You know what? The way to find this out would be to load this game in an emulator, because that tells you, like, the actual resolution that game's outputting at. If I load this in PCX2. Because I definitely don't think this game is outputting at... I don't think its internal resolution is 480. I think it's running a bit lower to keep the frame rate up. And like I said, I think even in some instances it's changing. think it might be horizontal lines that it's cut in every so often. Oh, oh. Oh dear, I'm steering poorly. Yeah, the air brakes definitely work a bit different in this game. You don't really want to hold it. Oh god, now I wish I pitted. Yeah, it's you more want to tap it. Fuck. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, that grenade at the end saved me. That got me first place. Beautiful. Because what the way the shield works in Wipeout games is that wall hits always are just like regular walls are 1 point of damage. Usually. Though you can see those like closed off barriers where the electric ones, where those are the track variations, those are definitely doing more damage. Oh, they don't do the countdown. You really have to do it on reaction, I think, or like just learn the timing. Oh, here we go. Back at this track. Oh, here we go. Ah, but new layout. Oh, I might have activated layout. I was trying to activate it just before the weapon pickup. Because it's weird. This might be the only Wipeout I've played that has like non-tarmac stuff to worry about. You know, like you can go into like kind of dirt focus. Oh my god, that was a real sharp turn there. That was a part where maybe being in like first person mode actually would have been better. Like the Trackmania courses that I think all my rockets missed there. Oh yeah, you see that? Yeah, the low level model pop-in is very noticeable at times. But yeah, you I guess at a certain point they just didn't include those kind of like off-track areas anymore. But they're kind of cool. Missile. I think I also like Wipeout because it's not quite as focused on racing lines. Like, I'm sure racing line stuff still helps. But because you're doing, you know, zero gravity racing, you don't have the same traction stuff to worry about. Okay, I am going to pit here. Considering I had like 20% health left. God, the lock-on though is weird. It will lock on to people not on the same plane as you. It's very strange. Yeah, fuck you. Also, wow, like neon lady outlines. That's a very weird aesthetic for Wipeout. You don't normally see that in these games. Nice turbo. I'll use that. There we go. Watch the what? The come? What? Oh, wow. First place is really first place. Didn't even see him. I wish I could see the other lap times in this part, but you can't. Okay. I could still win this league. I just have to either get first here or make sure Jean here gets a lower position than me. Or if I'm lucky and I get a elimination, that's extra points. Oh, yeah, that was late. Okay, yeah, so I think all these tracks did not come back in any of the other WipeOut games. That's a shame. I would have liked to have seen these in WipeOut HD or Fury. I think WipeOut HD and Fury did have some tracks from the PSP games. I think. And like I said, we will see WipeOut Pulse one day, which I'll briefly talk about. I know that there are versions of that game that have a bug that can corrupt an entire memory card. I don't know what specific versions, though, that is. If it's only the NTSC release, we actually don't have to worry, because weirdly, only the PAL version has progressive scan support, which is, so I would use that version. But it's not great, because you go from this running at 60 FPS, and then WipeOut Pulse on PS2 runs at like 20. It's real rough looking. Okay, we gotta pick things up here. Okay, this game is definitely not locked 60. I definitely notice at certain points it will dip down. But it is still really impressive, especially for the amount of ships it can have on screen. Even if the the low level models for the other ships, the pop-in is like really obvious. Yeah, we're gonna tip. I don't want to risk being destroyed in this final lap. Oh, that's fun. I could barely see what was happening there, but like the track changed. I haven't figured out if there's a mechanic maybe of change in routes or anything, or if that's just, oh, that happens on the final lap. Okay, there's first place. But I do need to look more into the PSP games, because I don't know if they're entirely original or if they're like compilation games. It's weird how that first league took me like 4 to 5 tries, and now I'm just blasting through this. Some of it is definitely luck. It's like clutch right at the end. Oh, new weapon. I'm trying to give it a minute. It'll come up. I'm trying to remember what this one is. I don't think it's the like auto lock like chain that zaps. This might be like the one that's got like a really long charge up time. Yep, new league. New challenge. Got a lot of credits now. Okay, so definitely thrust. The thrust is a must. You know, shield power. Oh, that next upgrade. Look at that. 700,000. And that's all I can afford for now. Yeah! So you can really see the difference now. God, that's so annoying. I mentioned about having Time Crisis 2 with my PS2 as like the first game without a memory card. That's the thing. That's a game you can play in one sitting. So not having a memory card didn't bother me that much. Obviously, you didn't get to keep most of the unlocks, things like that. So I didn't go through like the crisis missions until a bit later. Oh, Alex Reese. This is funny. I really got to look back into the other Wipeout games and see if they had pilots with designs and names, because I want to say they didn't, but we'll see. Also, that reminds me that there's some dodgy company on Xbox, like series consoles, that are releasing emulated like PlayStation 1 games with texture mods, and they're selling them. And it's like, you don't own Wipeout. You can't just sell a copy of Wipeout with the fucking branding taken out. Like, and that shows you like how little oversight there is on those platforms now. That like surely someone who looked at the game was like, yeah, this is an emulated PS1 game. You can't sell this. I do like these little challenge. I wonder if these come up in the challenge mode. These like very narrow lane tracks. It's weird it gives you restart race instead of just finish at the end there. Hell yeah. New challenge unlocked. Alright, let's check them out. Extraordinary electro-gravitron technology gives these ships unique control and excellent acceleration, performance, strength in combat. And Tigron. Yeah, Tigron I remember. I do recognize this one. Oh, they're cool. I almost want to swap over to them, but you know, I'd have to start from scratch, I think, to do well. Also, I want to figure out how you unlock the lead pilots. I'll go look into that. Let's have a look at these other pilots. There's, yeah, Franco Gonzalez and Pascal Rauser. They really like these, like, I don't know what you call these little, like, whiffs on their, the top of their hairline. That's very, like, early 2000, like, nice design. Naomi Turner. Roberto Sergio. Nami Mishima and Sonjin Gray. That's a weird. Is that Jen or is that Q? Songkin? But yeah, we'll stick with Pfizer because that's where our upgrades are. I mean, that's always the thing with a lot of racing games that have this kind of progression. It's like, yeah, when you unlock new characters and ships, it's like, yeah, you get them, but then you're going back to square one. So if you, for example, you would probably, I don't know if you can redo leagues for money in this, but you would probably have to go with a fully upgraded ship and like grind a couple of leagues to get the credits and then upgrade if you didn't want to like go back to the early leagues. Or you would, you know, do it in arcade mode. Oh, okay. I think I saw... There was a different fin on the floor. It was like a yellow round shape. I think that might be what changes the routes. Like lowers fins. Yeah, that. Let's see. These are the ones you can't aim. So, there we go. Same with the grenades, really. You know, I don't know if this game or if any of the Wipeout games do the like algorithm with the pickups, the weapons, based on like your position in a race, and I want to say it doesn't. I think it is just purely random. Because, yeah, second place, getting a turbo. I didn't even see first place there. Alright, tied for first, that's fine. Getting more breezy now, this one. Just let me check a few fins. Yep, that looks all good. Yeah, I don't know why some of the cuts there at the start of, you know, the grid are so shaky. I think it might be resolution changing stuff with the interlacing. Oh yeah, that boost really helps you if you can get it. Oh yeah, you know, yeah, I haven't used it, I realized. I just remembered that in these games you can pitch forward and back. I don't know what you would really use them for here. It's mostly for jumps. Like, I don't think it affects your speed when you're on tarmac. Oh wow, those all missed. I haven't gotten that plasma weapon yet. Oh, okay, it's this, yeah, it's this route backwards now. Oh, I think there's a voice announcing when races are eliminated, but it's really low in the mix and it's like pitched down. So it's just this voice going. Oh, this song has a fucking digital whistle blowing sound in it. Come on. You know, I think the color might partly dictate what power-up you get. Yeah, someone else got eliminated. Oh, I think I saw first place there. They're like really far ahead. Like, I kind of want to keep the missile, but I might not be able to catch up unless I get... Unless I get the turbo. Oh, oh. There we go. Yeah, see, yeah, the power-ups are definitely not dictated by your position in a race. I'm gonna go do the loop. And I think the finish line is right here, yep. Woo! Yeah, yeah, we're doing really good now. I was kind of worried because, yeah, that maybe it's just getting used to it, but that first race really felt like, oh, that first league felt like, oh, is this like a kind of grindy game? But once I got my first couple upgrades and got used to the air brake stuff again, and trying to figure out if that's the same amount of time each time or not. Oh, I don't think we've heard this one yet. Oh, jeez. I could barely see where I was going there. Oh, I didn't get the power up there? Oh wow, you could see the Quake go for like really far ahead. I'll say that I'm paying attention to it a bit more now, because I do think of some other like similar style games of this time and draw distance and things like that. But I'm not noticing a draw distance. Like I said, I'm noticing the pop in with the other, you know, the opponent's ships. Oh. Did I break the game? Oh, what the fuck happened there? I'm saying I'm clipping that. What the fuck happened there? I need to find some people who know about this game, because that looked like I went out of bounds. Like, was that can't have been an intentional shortcut, surely. And also that. I don't know, I guess that was open, it just didn't look open. Well, okay, I need a pit as soon as possible. Shit. There we go. Oh, let's see if we can reproduce that. It was weird. It was like I went up this way. No, that is the intended path. I somehow went too high with it, I think. I like caught extra air. Like, I think the path is intended, but I feel like the amount of air I got... Oh, yeah, the game is having trouble keeping up now. Because, yeah, I mentioned, like, I'm not seeing, like, a notable draw distance most of the time. But when I went really high there, I did notice some of the culling was breaking. Like, random bits of, like, the background geometry were popping in and out. But yeah, I'll definitely give this game credit for... like, yeah, I'm not noticing pop-in. Like, you can actually look quite far ahead in the tracks and see. Okay, that did work. Okay. I should have won this league. I think I had enough lead points there. Yep. Oh, okay. Oh, are these leagues getting longer now? Or was that the second race? I don't know. I need to pay attention. I'm too in the groove. After this race, though, I'm going to look at that clip. I really want to analyze it. Ready. Yeah, the proton cannon only does like a little bit of damage, but it will... What attacks do is like, yeah, they do damage, but they'll slow you down. Oh yeah, we're getting some more tricky extra routes now. So I like that, yeah, like the different layouts are like different difficulties of the tracks, I think. Oh, shit. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, the wipeouts I'm used to definitely have a more even more futuristic feel than this. Like they do not do this off-terrain track stuff often. Like they feel more like tracks built to be tracks than built into existing locations, which I think is partly what this is going for. Yeah, definitely don't need a pit yet. Yeah, there's some good music in this. I don't know how much of it is licensed or not, because these Wipeout games definitely would do a lot of licensed music. I think some of it might be licensed, some might be from a music library. We'll see. I mean, I'll know once I upload the YouTube VOD. As long as it doesn't get blocked, I'm fine with it though. Fucking, I stream Guitar Hero 2, and outside of a couple of... Oh! Shit. Oh yeah, these leagues have gotten longer now. Look, yeah, see, race 4 or 5. Okay, if I'm lucky, I can still win this league if I do well enough. Like if I get first and maybe even elimination. Yeah, there's not really an audio cue or anything to follow there. Oh, shit. Yeah, this layout. Oh, dear. Okay. I am a fan, though, that there are these role players. Because, yeah, I think the Wipeout games I'm used to did not have track variants. It was just the forward, reverse. Which, you know, granted, there is some variation in that. Because as mentioned, where there would be jumps, they would have to build new parts. I'd never say when you're doing jumps, the camera... It is hard to see where you're landing. Oh. Oh, that was weird. God, I'm still really far behind. Okay. Oh, my health's still doing good. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to hit. Okay, the game does get a bit fun. Oh. Some jumps, some areas. Like, what the fuck happened there? Oh. No, no! Shit. Okay. Well, we got money. Let's see. We'll go for these cheap ones for now. Okay, so these leagues are getting longer now. So yeah, I could see, you know, if you have like a 12-point lead and there's one race left, you might just skip a track. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to load up Wipeout Mega Collection and see. But I'm pretty sure they don't have track variations in that. I will say, I do think they have a better camera system because it's a bit more pulled out. But we've seen already that this game doesn't always run at 60. So it probably would have affected the general frame rate. Oh yeah, I don't need a pit lane yet. Oh, I feel bad. I've only had one perfect lap this entire stream. Yeah. Oh, there's the plasma belt, finally. Hopefully I can... Oh, yeah, it is this one. Yeah, that one, it's hard to hit with, but if you do hit with it... It is devastating from what I remember. Wow, the first place is just sometimes gets so far ahead of you. Let's see. I gotta think of like State of Baghead stuff. Like what else has been going on back end? Probably not this. I don't know. Maybe I can get it next week sorted. I've said it often, but I am gonna commit to getting my highlight video out soon. Because if I don't get the finger out, it's gonna be 2026, and I'll be putting out a highlight video with like 3-year-old clips in it. I will say there's probably not ever going to be a 2025 highlight video, because just because there's been less stuff on this channel for 2025. Like there have been a few clips, so maybe there'll be like a small video or something. But I do have another video that's basically done. I just need to get this highlight video done first and then concentrate on finishing that. But that's for like a specific stream I want to do. So that's why I want to get the highlight video out first. Actually, there will be a video posted on my main channel tonight. It'll be going live about 10 o'clock. I made a music video for a stream I did yesterday. Like, granted, I'm not sure if a lot of people saw. Hey, when I was doing it, I realized like a few seconds in was like, oh, playing this at the start of the stream is the worst idea. Like I'm learning that you have more, like if you, obviously your peak viewership is not going to be at the start or the end, but you definitely have usually more viewers wrapping up than you do starting. So I ended up having to play it twice, but the proper upload is going to go on my channel. I'm also going to probably put it on Blue Sky, but probably just be like, hey, here's a clip of it, go to YouTube for the better quality upload, because Blue Sky does weird stuff to videos, especially audio. It really messes with audio. Like it somehow added audio ducking to a video I uploaded, which didn't have audio ducking in it. It's one of the strangest things I've ever seen. Yeah, I think I can get... As long as I'm not careless this final lap, I don't think I need a pit. Yeah, banning tunes. Also, I'm realizing this game, I think, yeah, the ships do have dynamic... Oh, that was really close that time. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Like, yeah, a little collision on the wall is 1 damage. You rub on the wall like that for too long and it's most of your health. Oh, shit. Okay. No! Oh, bollocks. I got steered into the wall after the loop there. We'll stick with the league, though. Now that there's more races, it's easier to get through a league without necessarily getting a good place in one race. And, you know, it's still money. Oh, yeah, let's just skip that. No, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't skip it because I realized that the game capture hadn't come back yet. Oh yeah, this bit. Ah, okay. So there must be a modifier that causes that ice thing to raise at a certain point. Oh wow, this is a very Jet Set Radio future song. So I've been thinking about playing Jet Set Radio Future again. I don't have a working original Xbox, but I do have a working 360. which the game does work on, it just emulates poorly. So I need to mess with it. I might bring that to a casual Monday stream on the Bad Game Hall of Fame. So it's an excuse to just see how it emulates on there. Oh. You definitely have to pick when you want to go for weapons and when you want to go for turbos, though, because sometimes the turbos are the more useful route. I always end up going on this right route for some reason. I don't know why. I still don't know how I was allowed to get through that alternative route when that barrier was still up. Oh, it's sometimes really hard to outsteer away from those. Okay, I'm gonna pit this lap. Well, it was bound to happen eventually. Oh, I'm definitely gonna have to pit now. Hopefully I can hit that plasma bolt at least once today. We'll see. Like I said, my non-puppetry bag is ready now. What the main thing I need to change is that it has these like metal rings around the mouth where I've got like a string that's supposed to like mimic, you know, like teeth. But the problem is that they're not. Something happened when I was making it where it looked fine, and then once I got a bit further into the process, I realized, oh, these aren't paced quite well. So I need to add a few more. It's just, it'll be tricky work. Jeez. This race just not going my way. You can't see during the jumps. Like, you would have to swap to this view, I think. And I don't think the right stick gives you any sort of like camera control. Oh, this might be the our next like barrier. Actually, I'm curious if the right stick does anything in this. Oh, I just realized you can see the little guy in the cockpit a bit. Yeah, right stick doesn't do anything in this game. Doesn't even do acceleration. Yeah, I got it. I got at least one hit with the plasma bolt. Oh, that was a terrible use of grenades. The grenades I'm noticing, they don't stick to the track that well. Even, especially in the anti-gravity areas, they'll kind of ricochet all over the place. Yeah, I guess those are just fake walls. That or just I've broken something and the game is letting me drive through those shortcuts. Oh. How would you have avoided that? Okay. Well, I'll put my graph standard down. I keep getting shields for some reason. Which are fine, it's just not that useful. Alright. Yeah, hit the turbo. Yeah, the game gets a little janky if you ever go off track or some of the alternative routes. What is that wee sound? Yeah, I gotta think of other things coming up. I will say, I think after this, like, you know, this WipeOut playthrough, I'm gonna do one more kick, like, you know, of PS2 games. I think I'm gonna do God of War 2. And then we'll go back to doing wheel selections. I will say, after doing Area 51 for the Bad Game Hall of Fame, for our Patreon poll, I don't think that game's going to be on the wheel. Even though, like, most, you know, that playthrough was done on PC, I was, like, on and off playing the PS2 version, and I might finish that one off stream. But I think after playing it there, I know, like, yeah, that's not going to be that interesting to see. And though that PC version definitely has issues with the AI and some other things, the main difference you're getting on console is just the worst frame rate, and like the AI doesn't always bug out. Yeah, maybe I just need more upgrades at this point, because I'm having a hard time keeping up. Oh, that was the wrong air brake button. Oh dear. Yeah, you know what? Can I afford an upgrade? You know, yeah, let's get some speed upgrades. Shield power we're not going to be upgrading for a while, considering it's like 700,000. But I think thrust is your acceleration, like initial speed, and top speed will help. Alright. I think I'll give this league another go, and if it doesn't go well, then I might look at the other modes for a bit. But, you know, it's something I'm going to have to get used to with streaming before dinner, is I'm going to start getting hungry in a bit. I think I'm already feeding it, honestly. Nice, nice. We got him. Yeah, I'll say, luckily there's not really a penalty for quitting a league early, because I think you just get the money per race. So if you do like one race, quit, you still keep everything. Oh, jeez. My health went real low all of a sudden there. Oh, fuck you! In the pit lane. The Quake goes into the pit lane. That's fucked. I'm sorry. I'm calling that out. Jeez. Okay. Something I've been talking about for a long time. I really need to get those assets done for the whole what is stylish action stream I want to do. Because specifically what I want to, obviously, you know, I've already got the ranking stuff I want to do, but the segment I want to do now that we've gone through all the, you know, the PS2 Devil May Cry games, and we're going to start getting to like the contemporaries now, is I want to do a segment called Is It Character Action? Is It Science Action? I want it framed like a goofy TV show, like a game show. It's like, oh, you could win a VCR! Like all that kind of dealio. But I need to do that presentation first, and I definitely need to just... I need to do some planning first. First I need to write out, like, okay, what's all the clips I need to get? And I want to make a conceded effort to get clips from, you know, multiple games. And with that kind of thing, you definitely want to plan ahead. You don't want to just load up a game and record, oh, this is the thing I need here, this is the thing I need here. Like, no, I need to write everything out ahead of time. You're like, okay, here's some footage of juggling, here's footage of ranking screens, here's style meter, gameplay, vice versa. Oh, that was lucky. I almost hit a strip mine there. I never remember what that power-up's called, by the way. It's like a... Well, 4th place. I'll take it. It's credits. ProStrike92 chat says, back in the PS2 era, PlayStation had the Jet Moto series. Yep, I've heard it, yeah. It was like WipeOut on bikes. I had Jet Moto 2 Championship Edition. Only 4 bikes on screen, but way better frame per S plus circuits from JM1. Yeah, I'm vaguely familiar with that series. I don't know if I ever had any demos for those ones, though. I know there's the other contemporary that was mostly on N64, but came to the PlayStation 2 era, which is the... It's like Zero GX or something? No, I always forget the name of it. It's like one of them on PlayStation 2 is called like GXRA or something. There we go, got the boost. Yeah, I think I'm noticing when this game... Yeah, Extreme G, that's it, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, yeah. Yeah, Pro Strike 2 says I remember it on N64. Yeah, it's an N64 series, but it did get a bunch of PS2 sequels that I plan to look at some point. I don't know if they're on the wheel of games to play yet, or if they're ones I need to load up and see, like, oh, okay, are these worth ranking? That's the thing. I'm almost always looking at PlayStation 2 games, putting them on the hard drive, loading them up in my own time to see, like, okay, do I think this is worth a playthrough? That's the difference to the, you know, the PlayStation 2 challenge runners that I'm familiar with. is I'm not doing every game on the system, or even like every game released in PAL, because that's like a decade plus worth of playthroughs to get through. It would take so long, and there's so much, especially in the PAL region, so much weird shovelware, trash, budget titles that people don't know about. You know, people normally associate stuff with Nintendo and the Wii, DS. But, you know, PlayStation 2, incredibly prolific console, best-selling console of all time still. And that's record still might not be beat because it was on the market for so long and had so many weird, obscure regions. Like, they're like Indian exclusive release games and Korean ones and all that. So I'm more about picking, like, okay, what are games that I think would be interesting to rank? Because, you know, I could pick up a litany of games that are just going to end up being mid or just bad, that aren't worth covering. And yeah, I really don't want to focus on those. Oh shit, I should have pitted. Okay, I'm going to have to be careful and be lucky. There's also, I kept meaning to put it on my PS2. I think I still haven't, but it's because I kept forgetting to download it. There's that weird PS2 racing game where you play as women with wheels attached to them. It's like rollerblades, but you also have wheels on your like knees and shoulders. Shit, I did the same fucking thing again. Let's just skip next race and see what happens. Maybe I should have stuck in because I would have got maybe some points for being eliminated late. But you don't get any money when you retire early for crashing, so... Let's take a different route this time. Oh no, I still ended up in the same place for some reason. Always end up on that right path. Yeah, I don't know why. Something about this song, it just sounds really early time splitters. That synth. Heck, I want to, even though I've already ranked 2 of them, I haven't ranked the first Time Splitters, but I do want to go through all the Time Splitters games on stream, do all the story modes. Even though Time Splitters 1 has a very basic story mode. In fact, a couple of those levels were like brought back as like arcade mode levels in 2 and 3. Oh, okay. I guess no matter what path you take, you always... God, that part sucks. You just can't see where you're going. The camera doesn't pan down there. That's definitely something they fixed in HD. Who knows about the PSP sequels? But they definitely fixed it later. The problem is it's too awkward to do on the fly. Also, I'm gonna hit here. Oh, especially after that. I do wish the pit entrances were a bit easier, because once you start getting like better acceleration and top speed, that's a really hard jump, like turn to make. Yeah, it's weird. You get like ice physics there. This is weird. I haven't seen anyone else in this race for an entire lap. Oh, there we go. There's some people, finally. Ah, oh, that was close. Oh well, we'll take it. Press Dragon 92 saying there's a point in games such as WipeOut, Redout, and even F-Zero when some stages are painful, especially when it comes to jumping. Yeah, specifically. Hang on. One of my favorite modes in WipeOut HD was called Zone, which I don't know if it's different in this, but it's the one where you didn't have acceleration control. It was, you just had you just moved forward, and you did, and your ship would slowly increase speed over time. So just your acceleration, top speed would go up slowly as you made progress. And also like hitting turbos would increase speed. You could also do the barrel roll tricks, though it would use energy. And the goal was to survive as long as you could, but also the track would have different visuals that would be dynamic to the music. And you got to a certain speed where it was just... I feel like the only way to have done those well was like, okay, you need to learn how to play at that speed. Hey, welcome back to the stream, Mimond. Welcome back. It's been a while. Which is on me. I've been busy behind the scenes and not a lot of energy for these streams. But I'm making an effort to get back into it. There will be earlier times. So I do apologize for my viewership that is used to me streaming a couple of hours later than this. But I'll always be maintaining the YouTube channel. Keeping VODs up on there. Because can't keep highlights on fucking Twitch anymore. Because of the fucking... It sounds like a lot at first. Like, oh yeah, 100 hours? That's quite a lot of time to highlight. And then you realize, like, oh, if you stream... That's what, like 30 or 40 streams? That's like maybe a year's worth of streams. Though I know some people who like their average like stream time is somewhere between like 6 and 8 hours. So that would only be like 20 VODs. Even if you like trimmed out a little bit of stuff. And for me, it was a lot. I think I had over 1,000 hours of highlights. And it's just weird. Like, I get it. And I mean, we only have Twitch's word to go off that it was only being used by like a tiny percentage of people. Though, I don't think it was like an insignificant amount. Okay, he's got... There we go. Yeah, because he was shielded. Like, okay, Twitch numbers are already weird because... Like, I think... I don't know, it's not 99%, but it's in the 90s is the amount of people who will stream who only have, like, single-digit view numbers most of the time, like me. So, like, if you're 10 plus, you're already in, like, the top, like, 5 to 1% or something like that. Oh, I guess I took a hit there. I don't know why I like suddenly went sideways there. But I've talked about this before, but Twitch just does not seem to really care about being competitive when it comes to archival content. You know, like your VOD is just only kept on the site for a tiny bit of time. You know, having no dedicated just slow down button. Like, the air brakes are directional. I guess you are just supposed to slam both of them, but it's weird. Like, what was I supposed to do there? Oh, this league is giving me a rough time. Let's just finish this league out. We'll get the upgrades, and then I'm going to look at some of the other modes. Because we're coming up on 3 hours. I could go for a little longer, but I think I need to look into eating food in the next hour or so. Oh yeah, that turn. I've talked about this before in the past. Oh, jeez. Going in the air in this game is really terrifying. You just can't see anything. Also, I hate that turn. Yeah, this specific layout of this track, I'm not a fan of. Grav's Dinner, that's what it's called. Just a lot of turns that if you don't know they're coming up, there's not much you can do about them. Is there a way to make that fire faster? Or is it... maybe it's tied to weapon power. Yeah, this turn. Like, fuck that turn. Okay, we're definitely going to have to pit. There we go. At least we're going to finish a race this time. As long as I haven't jinxed myself here. Yeah, I don't think mashing the button, shoot button there speeds it up. So it might be tied to something else. Oh, barely made that. Okay, second place I'll take. But yeah. It's just a weird thing. I would have thought Twitch would want to try and compete with YouTube when it comes to watching archives of streams and things like that, but they just, over time, they've just gotten further and further away from it. Yeah, that was not a great placement. Alright, well, let's just save. I think I need to take a break from that league. There we go. Right, let's look at... I don't know why these are all locked. Like zone and time trial. I guess maybe you have to unlock those. Like multiplayer I get because I don't have another controller plugged in right now. Yeah, let's look at challenge. Contenders. Oh, okay, this is a survival challenge. Okay. So this one I don't think is about position. It's just how long can you go for. And yeah, we get to do some different ships now. Oh yeah, I jumped the gun there a bit. Those completely missed. I'm assuming there's going to be no pit stop. Is probably the way they do the challenge here. Is every weapon just a grenade? You know, you might actually, to do this challenge well, you might just want to be in last place like the whole time. So you only have to worry about... If it's all grenades, then yeah, you would be better in last place. I will say some of these levels are maybe a bit too dark. Like this one, you can barely see sometimes. Okay, yeah, you can drive through the pit lane, but it doesn't heal you. Oh, that's a tough one. Yeah. Honestly, I think the strat there would be to hand back. Let's check out another challenge. Oh, is it per ship? Yeah, it is. Chase challenge. Venue, course 3 reverse, 2 contenders, weapon pads disabled. Okay. I was curious about some other modes, because yeah, the league mode is all just race position. And when I think of WipeOut, I do think of it having multiple mode types. Oh, this is a track this route I've not seen, I don't think. But it's so weird that there's ice physics in this. Oh, I don't think this is going well. Oh, geez. Getting the golds on these seems really tricky, actually. I'm guessing the goal is just to, yeah, get ahead of them. Alright, we'll check out a few more of these. Doesn't look like there's too many challenges here. Elimination. There we go. Ah, okay. So this is taken ones. This is not last person in last place gets taken out. Oh, there you go. Now we can see the health bars. We don't have the turnaround move. This is going to be a weird one. And I don't even know what position I'm in. Oh, this is a cool track. Shame it hasn't come up in the league yet. So yeah, it looked like there weren't a lot of tracks, but then when you actually do all the different course variants, it's like, oh no, there's actually a lot of variety in the different layouts. Oh, oh. Well, what am I supposed to do here? I don't have a reverse button. Oh, wow. Crossroads there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the handling of this ship. It's a bit hard to control. Oh, I completely missed them. Crap, and I wanted to pit stop there as well. I don't know if you can pit stop in this mode, but I wanted to. There we go. At least we got a bronze. I'll take it. Yeah, these challenges actually seem really hard to get more than a bronze in, honestly. Time challenge. Okay, so this is just time trial mode. Straight up. Yeah, we'll go through these. I'm guessing that the challenge at the bottom, you might need all golds to try. And then, if that's the case, then we'll have a quick look at what arcade mode is. Oh, oh. Yeah, it's just odd that there's not a just a general slowdown button, because if you take your hand off the accelerator, it doesn't. You don't immediately slow down. You have like momentum, I guess. That's the best way I can describe it. Oh, the whistle's back. Oh, that was... I don't know what happened there. Hey, look at that. I actually got gold. I'm happy I got at least one. One better than a bronze. Oh shit, new weapon, gravity bomb, okay. I wonder if most of the unlocks are tied not to specific challenges, but just to, like, total percentage. Alright, race challenge. 1 lap. Wow, even second place is a gold. Okay, we'll see what we can do. Alright. Ready. Oh. Oh wow, there's so many track variations, like to the point where oh fuck, oh Jesus. Oh, I was saying something. I don't know what it was. Oh god, that is a jarring way to handle like 180 flips. But yeah, there are so many like little track variations. Like, I think this is technically based on a course that I've done in the league mode. But maybe not. Alright. I'll take a silver. That was a cool course. Just the 180 turn there was done in such a weird way. Oh, new super weapon unlocked. Okay. Okay, let's see. Is this last challenge? Yes. So you presumably need to get gold in every challenge to try the last one. Here, we'll do our save. And then have a little bit of a look around in the arcade mode. And then I think I need to sort out food. Okay, so we've unlocked 30% of the features. 9% of the game in total. Well, yeah, because with the challenges, that's going to be with every ship type. The league, I think, only cares about you getting golds, but who knows. And then, yeah, the arcade mode. And, yeah, the zone. Huh? What are these codes? Let's go for this one. Okay, I think we've unlocked a few more. So we can actually read the track descriptions now. So let's do that quick. Florian Height. Based in Nevada, North America, this dusty race venue offers full 360-degree loops, vertical fan jumps, and a mountain course through the clouds. The Mandrashi remote islands in the China Sea have connecting bridges, a corkscrew section, and a high-speed underwater circuit. Cubis Float. This snow-laden Swiss environment has some fantastic jumps and the longest tracks in the league. Many concealed areas are rumoured. Alcavexus. A beautiful setting in the Alcavexus jungle. This venue presents great bends, water sections, and a course through ancient Mayan settlements. Vol Square. These Moscow city circuits twist around the city centre, dive into the city's drainage network, and speed around the fast-rim perimeter. Temtesh Bay, located in an Australian quarry. Temtesh Bay features massive height variance and a challenging course through the underground mining area. And Katmoda 12. This specially engineered lunar venue has prototype gravity flip pads, an amazing vertical drop, and the most challenging circuits. Alright, let's just... Alright, yep, and then there's our course types. Which looks like you unlock more, because you can see there's that upper quadrant bit there. Interesting that your upgrades, I think, carry over to this mode as well. Oh yeah, you can see the pilots. That's detail they really didn't need to go for, considering how tiny they are. Like, could you have even seen them on a CRT with composite? Stop that. Stop that. Oh, someone's already been eliminated. I'm still thinking of just how mind-bending this game would have been to see if you had been playing WipeOut on PS1 and then just this in comparison. Oh, I'm first place. Oh. No, no. Oh, wow, I can... Is that... Am I going to lap someone? Holy shit, I'm not even upgraded. Hell yeah. Does quit just... Yep. Quit just takes you to the menu. Hang on. Okay, I've got 500... Yeah, 580,000. I need to pay attention and see if you actually earn money from this mode or not. So maybe this is where you would also grind for money. Yeah, I'll definitely say, like, I don't know exactly what's going on, but I'm pretty sure there is some sort of dynamic resolution thing happening. Like, when you're in those starting grids, I feel like it's harder to see ahead than it is once you, like, get, you know, once you're spaced out more. Oh yeah, this one has a bit more trouble steering. You have to like air brake like really early for some turns. Oh, this is interesting song. It's weird. I thought there was only 19 songs on the soundtrack, but I feel like we're hearing songs that we didn't really hear earlier. Yeah, using the grenades on a loop basically just makes them useless. Come on. Okay. I didn't get the full turbo, but it did help me a little bit there. Oh shit, I probably should have pitted. Oh, it's a shame you can't absorb power-ups to heal in this. I wonder what game added that first. Oh, I have to be so careful now. Come on, let me lock on. Oh, I barely made this. The shield really saved me there at the end. Okay, let's actually see if you do earn money from this mode or not. Oh, well, I don't know. I'm gonna have to quit. Let's see. No, you don't. So weird. You can get you can do your customization, but I didn't get any money. Unless you don't get money until you like get a certain amount of golds or something. Alright, let's check out the gallery then. Hell yeah. Some fun track concepts. Ship concepts. Not great though that this text covers and this like this background grid covers this art. And it's not like the view button gets rid of it. That's a bit of a shame. Let me quickly look, just out of curiosity. I'm not going to turn them on unless they're, you know, just cosmetic ones. But what are the cheat codes for this? Let's see. WipeOut Fusion. There we go. Animal ships, infinite cannon, infinite shield, infinite weapons, mini ships, retro planes, super fast ships, unlock all features and give 50 million credits. Okay. So yeah, we might check some of these out later, like the animal, retro planes, and then yeah, unlockable teams. Oh, okay, some of the cheat codes are hidden in the gallery mode. And you can save time in... Okay, this is just a little tip, but you can... If you're ever doing the time trial mode, things like that, they mention that the time doesn't start until you cross the finish line, you know, after the grid. So yeah, that's a good pro tip. I still don't know how you unlock zone. Let me Google that. Hang on. Okay. WipeOut Fusion zone. Yeah, first introduced in WipeOut Fusion. In Fusion, only 10 of the playable tracks are available for Zone. Pure, on the other hand, was 4 track made specially for it. Okay, so we don't get the really interesting track changes. Yeah, it says here in this, the world retains their original look. The appearance of the tracks in Zone mode, starting from Pure onward, suggests that the environment is completely in a virtual realm. And you use a special ship. But how do you access it? Alright. Okay, what does this guide say? Zone racing. I assume you unlock it somehow. Okay, hang on. Okay. It's okay. It looks like we might... Okay, we have to get to a certain... completion. Yes, here we go. Your GameSpot says you have to get to a certain completion. We've got quite a ways away to get to that. It looks like. Like, damn, we are only 10% of the way there. And that's having already done almost 30% of the league. And yeah. It's because they break this up into every ship type having its own requirements. The only thing I have not figured out, though, about the league, though, which... Okay, so the league, at the very least, does not seem to tie your progression to each ship type. But obviously, you know, your upgrades are tied. you know. So, I'm actually not that far off from maxing the stats on this one. Like, if I go into customize. This is the part now, yeah, where, like, everything's really expensive on these upgrades, aside from the shield power. Well, the weapon power, I mean. I'm really curious what you have to do, though, to unlock the lead pilots. And, yeah, I think that's it for now. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna wrap things up there, then, for now. We did about a bit over 3 hours. And I think I need to come back to that league that I was stuck on and butt my head against that. So yeah, I don't know when the next stream will be. Unfortunately, I'm not at a point where I really have a schedule yet. So, always, this is the recommendation. Follow me either on Blue Sky or Twitter. My handle is @JohnnyBaghead on both of them. I will do any announcements I'm going to stream on there. Granted, I don't announce like hours ahead of time. I might need to be a bit better about that, but I'm trying to feel things out here to get to the point where I can announce streams ahead of time. Get into some sort of schedule. But I'll definitely get back into doing more streams on this channel because it's fun. It's fun just to do the stuff I've got my weird niche interest in. You know, we've got so much stuff on the horizon. You know, we've got getting back into some Metroidvanias. I have the DLC for Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown to do at some point. There's that. Getting back into the Castlevanias. I have to decide if I want to do the Metroid Prime games on here. There's going to be some survival horror stuff probably coming in October. Specifically, I'm probably going to play Fatal Frame 3, I think. Though I need to, next month, probably push to play more Fatal Frame 2, do the hard mode, and do the boss that's unique to hard mode. And see in that replay through how I feel about the game. It's still a weird thing where it's like, it's both better and worse than the first game, in my opinion. So I ended up like, even though like that's the one that people like say, oh, that's the highlight series, it's like, I kind of felt the same about it as the first one overall. But you know, lots of things on the horizon. But that being said, you know, if you're around tonight, Bad Game Hall of Fame are doing their Cursed Kart Racing series, and obviously I'm there pretty regularly, so make sure you follow them to get an idea. I'm usually there at least once or twice a week, so go check them out. But I'll wrap things up here. I've been your host, Johnny Baghead. I hope you had a good time, and yeah, look forward to some more streams. Take care, everyone. Bye.